Hey guys, hope you're all having a good Monday night. I am in Tuba City, Arizona, on my way down to Flagstaff. I've got a big old excavator on the back of the truck. I'm just out for a little walk. Nice night, getting some exercise after I don't know, 7 hours of driving I did today or something like that. I want to talk about vaccines a little bit because I had things get personal today for the first time. I was going to visit some family for Thanksgiving because I'm going to be in New England and they're going to be around. And so I texted this family member. It's extended family, not immediate family, but still. Texted this family member and said, hey, I'd love to swing in and say hi. And they responded with, we're not seeing anyone who's not vaccinated. But then there was a lot of other bullshit that was thrown in with it, like, can't believe, just basically calling me a science denier, a right-wing contrarian, saying that, I thought the vaccine was worse than the disease and like all this shit that I've just never said. And it just made me realize, like, if you don't support the narrative 110%, everybody is the same. Like, Scott Horton to Alex Jones on COVID. Like, they'll just view you as the exact same thing. And so I actually wrote like a pretty lengthy response saying, hey, it's too bad that you don't want to see me. But, I can understand, I guess. I think it's weird, but whatever. But that's all you really had to say. You didn't have to throw in all this other shit too. And I don't know. It's just become so politicized. It's just so dumb. There's no common sense anymore. There's no quest for truth. I want to know what it would look like if Donald Trump were president and he were pushing the vaccines right now, how differently everyone would be reacting. I think it would be almost the opposite. A lot of people are telling me I'm wrong, but that's just what I think would be happening. I think that a lot of left-wingers would be opposing it, saying that the fascist dictator Trump is trying to push poison on us, and then the Republicans would be saying it's the patriotic thing to do and we just gotta get it done. I don't know. But, my boss has been really sick with COVID. He's still in the hospital right now. He had a collapsed lung and, he has a chest tube put in. And so this isn't like, some hypothetical to me. Like, I realize it exists and I realize it can fuck you up. And I've said that all along. Like, I think people should be, they should be smart and they should, educate yourself on your own chances of getting fucked up by it and make your own educated decision. And that's what I've done. I'm 27 years old. I'm 6 feet tall, about 210 pounds. So even with the BMI calculator that I don't think is very accurate because it varies depending on body type. When I put my BMI in with my age and no underlying health conditions, I have less than a 1% chance of hospitalization without being vaccinated. So it's already very low. If I get the vaccine, it does lower that 0.9 or 0.8. It's in between like 0.9 and 0.8% chance that I get hospitalized down to like 0.1%. So that is, and the media will say like you're 90 times more likely to get hospitalized if you're not vaccinated. It's technically true, but it's not telling the full story. It's less than a 1% chance for someone, at least in my age bracket. That's not the case for everyone, but it's the case for a lot of people. So it is 90 times more likely that I'll be hospitalized, but out of a very, very, very small percentage. So most of the side effects are happening to young men, which I am. I'm under 30 years old. Most of the side effects from the vaccine have affected men who are under 30. So by the way, if I get this video removed, I have been using CDC statistics here. I'm not using any alternative media receipts or information or anything. This is all from the CDC. So we should be good. I'm using their own numbers against them. And, if anything, they tilt the opposite way from, what would benefit my argument. So I'm like, okay, I can get this vaccine and I can have like a 0.1% chance that I go to the hospital instead of a 1% chance. But then my chance of getting the side effects of the vaccine are basically the same as hospitalization that I've reduced, the numbers by getting the vaccine. So it's kind of a wash. Like, it's like, okay, do I want to be worried about getting hospitalized or do I want to worry about side effects? Because it's almost the same degree. So why would I do it? And then the other thing I've been thinking about is like, okay, on a societal scale, what is the responsible thing to do? Forget mandates. Like, we obviously don't want anything mandated, but what is the right thing to do as a member of your community? And so I was thinking about it. I was like, all right, if I were someone who were overweight, had underlying health conditions, who had a high likelihood of getting hospitalized if I didn't get the vaccine, I can understand justifying to myself, like, okay, I should get this thing so that I'm not taking up a hospital bed that doesn't need to be taken up. Because that does affect other people. That's not just me. That makes the wait times longer. More people could die, and then everyone's quitting because they're not vaccinated. Like, I don't know, tons of hospital workers have quit. So you add that on top of, taking up a bed that you don't really need to take up. Okay, like, I can see making an argument for yourself there. Like, okay, I'll get vaccinated. I don't really consider myself in that group. Like, because the chances are so low, and I could end up there. It's not impossible, but very low likelihood. So I don't feel compelled in that way. And then the other way is transmission and, actually catching and spreading the disease. So the CDC is kind of tricky with how they word this, because they have said that the vaccines don't actually prevent you from catching COVID or spreading it, but then at the same time they say it does slow the spread. So what that means is, you reduce your symptoms, so you're not coughing in other people's faces, you're not spitting all the time, you're not sneezing. So yeah, technically getting the vaccine can slow the spread because there's fewer obviously sick people out there, coughing all over each other. In that way, yeah, it does. But it doesn't actually stop you from catching it if someone coughs in your face. So if somebody with COVID coughs in your face and you're vaccinated, there's no data proving that it will stop you from getting it. Lots of people I know who are vaccinated have gotten COVID anyways. And for the most part, it's been milder, but not completely. I know people who've been hospitalized who had the vaccine. So it's not, I don't think it's quite as effective as they want you to think it is. But the idea that the vaccine is actually makes you immune is wrong. And I don't think the CDC explicitly says that it makes you immune, because that would be incorrect. What they say is it slows the spread because it lessens your symptoms and keeps you from coughing on everyone. But I don't know about you guys. Before March 2020, I already thought it was proper etiquette to stay home and not go to a party, not go to a big event, not go somewhere where you're coughing all over someone or sneezing all over them. I didn't need coronavirus to teach me to stay home. Oh my, there's something going on over there. Wow. Jeez. Anyways, I always, I already had that responsible mentality of, I'm sick, I don't want to get others sick, so I'm going to stay home, or I'm at least going to isolate or stay away from people. I don't think that should be anything new. So, all this to say, like, COVID can really fuck you up. But just do your research and find out, like, do you have underlying health conditions that actually put you at risk? And is it smart for you to get the vaccine? And talk to your doctor, you know, talk to people who actually know what they're talking about. Don't take medical advice from libertarian channels. I don't really consider this medical advice because I'm not telling anyone what to do. And I'm not telling you to take any sorts of medication. I'm just telling you, as far as, like, you know, what you should do with the vaccine. Just, you know, don't give into the fear, and also don't give into the contrarianism. Like, those are both bad. If you're just acting out of fear, you're not going to think intelligently. But if you're also just like, fuck everyone, this doesn't exist, this is fake, you know, that's probably not a good decision either. So just be smart. You could die from this. So, you know, I actually thought my boss might die from it for a while. He was really bad. And it looks like he's going to be fine. But it's not a joke. It's not fake. But also, you know, they've inflated the numbers quite a bit. They've lied to us a bunch of times. It's not nearly as dangerous as they want us to think. Just like Al-Qaeda was real, and they actually hit the Twin Towers, and they actually killed people. All true stuff. They overblew the threat to scare us into, you know, more authoritarian legislation, and that's exactly what's going on right now. I might remove this. I'm not sure. I might leave it up. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for it. I don't want to get a strike, but let's see if we got any questions here. Visible name tag, REE. Yeah, that's true. This is from where I used to work, and I had my name on here. People need to be able to make the choice for themselves and their own health. I agree, Laura. That's my whole point. Like, I think turning this into a culture war was stupid. You know, if you're someone who got vaccinated, you're a sellout. And then if you're someone who chooses not to get vaccinated, you're a science denier. That's just retarded. Like, no. I mean, people should be allowed to do whatever they want. Don't worry about it. Let's see. I got vaccinated only because I'm overweight. My doctor recommended it to me because of my weight, and I weighed the risks and made the decision with my doctor. Yeah, that seems like a logical thing to do. I would think more people would be doing that. I'm not sure. Why people think, unelected bureaucrats should be making all these decisions for you. Name names at this point. They aren't family anymore. Well, I don't agree with you there, man. I still love this person. And, it could get to the point where there's no relationship there anymore, I guess. But I think feeding into the hatred is not the answer. Like, I don't think you should give in, and I don't think you should succumb to the pressure. But at the same time, like, just fighting hatred with hatred doesn't do anything. Ronwell, I got jabbed, to be honest. Hey, no shame, man. I'm the only unvaccinated one in my immediate family right now, and I don't really give a fuck. My dad even called me when he got vaccinated, asked me what I thought, and I was like, well, you're 60, you've had sleep apnea, a little overweight. I don't know. And I told him I wasn't going to get it, but he had to make his own decision, and, he ended up getting it. So whatever. My brother was the last one to get jabbed, and he held out, but then his job required that he get poked, so he just did it. Just by coincidence, I'm the only unbaptized member of my family too. So I'm the only pure one left. I'm the only unbaptized and unvaccinated, untouched by the hand of man and God alike. How about that? Weak excuse. Well, it wasn't your choice, so don't worry about it, man. All right, well, I'm going to turn in for the night. Just want to do that little rant because I've been kind of fuming all day because of what happened here with this relative of mine. But the next Four Horsemen is on Sunday. There's a question right there. I might be at the Jackman's house in New Hampshire doing it. It's going to be me, Ryan, and both of the Jackman brothers again, just like it was the first time. But they might have COVID right now. I'm not sure. They're not feeling well, and they got tested today. They're going to find out. So if they do have COVID, I'm obviously not going to be at their house this coming weekend, and we'll just do it remotely. But I'll be in New Hampshire for Thanksgiving, and then I'm going up to Maine with my family. My brother got Moderna and a bad outbreak back when the placebo trials were doing all those skin outbreaks, magnets, etc. Dad and stepmom got COVID during the summer surge. LOL, but anti-jab. Hey, well, whatever floats your boat, man. You can do whatever you want. That's what I'm all about. If you want to be anti-jab, fine. If you think everyone should get it, cool. I don't care, as long as everyone has the choice. But I'm going to turn in. It's been a long day. I will be on Tommy Salmon's show, Year Zero, tomorrow. I don't think that's live. That's just pre-recorded. And then Wednesday night, I'll have Phil Labonte back on the show. And then Thursday night, I got someone else coming on, too. I can't remember what his name is. I'll just quickly... I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of dark, but this is what I'm hauling. My truck's off right now, so there's no lights or anything. But it's a 335F Cat. Weighs about 82,000 pounds. Brought it down here from Salt Lake. So I'm in Tuba City. I'm like an hour and a half away from Flagstaff. Just going to go down and drop it tomorrow morning and then pick something up on the way north, go back to Salt Lake. So I haven't used one of these trailers in a while. These, you don't take the gooseneck off. You actually just drive right up over the back. You kind of just pick the excavator up with the boom and get the tracks set on there and just drive right up and over. I've posted videos of doing it before. It's kind of sketchy with these bigger excavators, but it's way less work. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.